So I actually shot this video already, but for some reason it looks like a hobbit. So I don't know if it was the angle of the laptop or my chair, but in any event, we're shooting it again. So welcome to the Introduction to Machine Learning with Python course. And forgive me if you see the screen moving, don't worry, it's not your screen, you're fine. It's just me. Every now and again I have a little restless leg syndrome. Right? So my name is Jody. I am a data scientist, political economist, and public affairs professional. Gosh, that's a mouthful. What does this have to do with the course? Absolutely nothing. But it's good to know that the person talking to you, what they do. It's just good to know some information about this person. I have a PhD in political economy. I am a self-taught data scientist, and my day job is in public affairs and public diplomacy. So yeah, I'm around data a lot. In fact, we all are around data, as you will see, in this presentation. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this course, really. What is interesting, or the nexus, or the connection to this course, is the fact that I have a curious mind, and if you are anything like that, then you will enjoy data science. You'll enjoy the field of machine learning, because that's really what it's all about. Being curious, unearthing new insights, making predictions. So if you're the type of person who just loves to make connections, right? Especially connections between, different fields, or in cross-disciplinary applications, then you will definitely love data science. All right. So what should you know, or at least be comfortable with? Well, all right. So don't let the PhD fool you or scare you. You don't need to have a PhD in economics or math or physics or engineering or any of these fields. You just need to have a curious mind, right? And you need to be comfortable with your computer overall, right? And specifically the terminal or command prompt. If that little black screen scares you, then try and get comfortable with it now, because we will be using it from time to time. You should also be comfortable with math. And when I say comfortable, I don't mean that you should be a math whiz. Other people mistake that word, for meaning, I'm not a big mathy person or whatever. Not even math people are math. Well, I guess some people are math persons, but and I'm rambling, as you can see. This is why it's good to write a script. So you need to be comfortable, or at least be receptive to math, right? Or especially linear algebra, matrices, vectors, all that stuff. But with that being said, you don't have to know a whole lot of math. So in other words, if you flunked math in high school, you're good. You just know that there will be some math popping up at some point in time. So just be receptive of that. All right, the next thing that we should get into is, what are all these buzz terms? You have artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, data science, all these terms. So I did a little chart, a little diagram for you. So if you think of artificial intelligence kind of like the overarching term, right? Like kind of like the umbrella term. But subsumed within this, we have machine learning, and subsumed within that, we have deep learning, right? So artificial intelligence is kind of like the mom, right? And then the machine learning, deep learning are her children. That's a terrible analogy, but in any event, so that's basically what this is, and we will discover what these different techniques or these different fields are as we go along. Examples of machine learning. So here are some popular examples here. Alexa, we have voice recognition. Alexa is one. Siri is another. Cortana, Microsoft Cortana. Spam detection. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you encountered a spam email? Well, if you're using Hotmail, you probably encounter a lot. But if you're using Gmail, kudos to you. I don't deal with anything else besides Gmail, because Gmail has such excellent spam detection and spam filtering. More examples of machine learning, we have chatbots, right? And social media apps, believe it or not, but pretty much almost anything you can think of now has some type of machine learning back end to it. All right, so the big question: what is machine learning? All right, so Arthur Samuel, a computer scientist, a mathematician, I believe. Well, one of the two. All right, in 1959, he coined this term. Machine learning is the field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Right? So what does that mean? That means that basically data, right, and your algorithms, right, you need those two, right? Data and your machine learning algorithms. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be training models or building models, right, to solve a particular task. And the strength of your model, or the how good your model is, will determine how well it can make predictions without you going in and doing anything else. All right, or you intervening. Of course, you're going to fine tune your model, and I'm not saying you're just going to build this model and leave it, and no human is going to ever touch it again. But the whole point is, a good model is supposed to be able to make accurate predictions without a programmer going in and typing these rules or these exceptions. So that's basically what machine learning is in a nutshell. Okay, I was wondering what's going on. All right, why should you care about this? So I think it's important to kind of look at the trajectory of internet usage, hence this chart. So this chart shows the internet usage from 2005 to 2019. In 14 years, you can see the internet usage is triple, or more than tripled, actually, right? So what does this have to do with anything, or with what we're talking about? The more people that are connected to the internet, or the more people that are connected, period, connected to the internet, right? Because once you connect to the internet, you're connected to other people, even if you're not directly one-to-one connected to somebody else. So the more people that are using, or that are connected to the internet, the more data we have, right? And this next chart explains that, right? Every day we create 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. This would fill 10 million Blu-ray discs, the height of which stacked up would measure the height of 4 Eiffel Towers on top of one another. Yeah, that's crazy, right? And here's another visual representation of 1 quintillion pennies. All right, and if I don't know if you can see in the bottom right hand corner, I think those are skyscrapers there. So this just goes to show that we are creating so much data every single day, right? And there's so many human beings interconnected in this web, this World Wide Web, literally, that I think it's just fascinating to learn, how we can use science, or use algorithms to solve specific problems, whether this is a business problem, research problem, but it is just fascinating to me, at least, to learn about this. All right, so that's why you should care. All right, and then this is 9, by the way. So every data point can tell more than one story about a person, and what this means is that if you think about it, every single time you log on to your computer, every single time you open your email or pick up your smartphone, it's collecting information or data about you, right? So, your preferences, your likes, your dislikes, your interests, all these things feed into each other, and it's just building this graph, so to speak, about you, right? So stop and think about that for a second. Okay. All right. So data science is the art and science of what can we discover using machine learning algorithms, also known as predictions. So within the data scientist toolkit, there are three main, and there are a lot of tools, but there are three major tools. One of which will be covered in this course, which is Python, right? That's a programming language. You don't have to use Python. You can use R. You can use JavaScript. So many. But Python is kind of like the major programming languages for data scientists. All right. And then we have SQL, which is a database query language, and Tableau, which is a data visualization software. All right, how to excel in this course. Oof, oof. Well, for one, yes, get comfortable with solving puzzles. Just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so you need to be comfortable with breaking stuff, right? Or solving problems, because it is challenging, and there will be times, or actually there will be a lot of times where you really just don't know what to do, right? So that's the first thing I'll tell you. The next thing I'll tell you is check your code for spelling and punctuation errors. Oftentimes you run into a problem. It's a simple comma that's missing, or a parenthesis or something like that. All right, so check your code for spelling punctuation errors. All right, first, before you start over. Well, actually, don't never start over. Just kind of just keep going. All right. Practice for at least 1 hour every day. I can't stress that enough. It's very important to practice. It's a little bit like exercise. The more you do it, the better you get, and the more you make that mind muscle connection. All right. Also vary your method of practice. Sometimes read a book, sometimes watch a video, sometimes, you sometimes write your code out instead of typing it out. So just kind of switch things up a little bit to throw your brain a curveball. Let Stack Overflow be your best friend. And if you don't know what Stack Overflow is as yet, you will know shortly. Trust me. This simply means by putting blinders on. Just focus. It's easier said than done, but from time to time, I put my headphones on my baseball cap, or do something else to kind of like trigger. Yes, it's time to work. Usually once I have my lights on, my studio lights on, it kind of like wakes my brain up, saying, yeah, time to get coding. So whatever your method is, do it, because you will need to be able to focus for an intense focus intensely for a specific period of time. And at the end of the day, just keep calm and just keep doing it. All right. Coding is one of those things, again, like exercise. You're not going to see results overnight, right? But it's a consistent and continual effort that will pay off in the long term. All right, so tools you'll use in this course. So we will be downloading the free Anaconda packet. Actually, I think everything we use in this course will be free. All right. So including Anaconda, you have the Jupyter Notebook, which is basically like an interactive notebook environment for Python and R. But we be using Python as I explained in the previous slides. Anaconda also includes NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Scikit-learn, which are also libraries that we'll be using for this course. So at this stage, I think this is a good point to stop, right? Because it's going to be a very long video, for one, and two, I'd like to spend some time going through the end-to-end or going through an end-to-end machine learning project, and basically just walking you through the 8 steps that are involved. Now depending on how you count them, but for me, I've categorized them into 8 steps, and yeah. So stay tuned for the next video. In the meantime, if you want to go ahead and download Anaconda on your own, more power to you, but I will upload a video on doing that. And also you can also shoot me an email or shoot me a message, if you get stuck or if you need a little help. But it's very, very easy and very easy to follow. So yeah, I would say let's close this for now, and I will see you at the next video.